All right. So we are back, good people. Got another episode. Carolina Predators on the prowl. It's the third time around the runway, around the building, however you want to say it. It's your boy Cool McCann hosting, and we are going to be introducing you. Some of y'all are new fans, some of y'all are old and just getting a refresher to the faces, members of the Carolina Predators. So we're gonna start off with one of the we're gonna call him a vet or OG on the team. And that's gonna be Mr. Charles Brooks. Charles, what's going on today, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
I can't complain, man. How are you?
Uh, can't complain, bless.
I hear it and I feel it, man. So
Yeah.
the way I like to do it, there's no one better to introduce you than you. So if you would just tell the people who you are, tell them what you do, and tell them if you like something interesting about you.
Charles Brooks, originally from Harvey, Illinois, born and raised. This is my fifth year playing arena. Won a chip with Albany in 21 and played this past season with Carolina.
All right, Charles, for those who may not know you, what position do you play?
Oh, running back, linebacker.
There you go. Yeah, I hear that this man is a running back and a linebacker, so that means he will run you over and knock you out in the same game. So I actually did get a chance to see Charles last year because I was at games for the Carolina Cobras, and I was a little confused. I was like, "Is that the same number playing on offense and defense?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
linebacker, I was like, "That's a little crazy," but hey, it worked out. He made it happen.
Yeah.
So good to see you here with the Predators.
Yes,
I'm sure
sir.
you're happy to be here. I'm sure they're happy to have you. So we'll dig right into it. What was your decision to come in and work with the Predators this year? What drew you to the Carolina Predators?
Um, just pretty much like just believing myself. Just focusing on like what I can do best, which is play running back, and I feel as if I've been teased with that over the past couple of seasons of getting my
Uh-huh.
opportunity. I could pretty much play anywhere, but um, I always had like a knack or like a passion just to play that since I was a kid. So taking this opportunity may be best for me to advance to potentially get outdoors,
Uh-huh.
and show my ability that I could be like a every down back pretty much.
All right. So talking about your ability, because again, a lot of people may not know who you are. We're bringing in new viewers, hopefully, and then of course returning people who may be familiar with you. What exactly do you bring to the running back position in your words?
I bring toughness for sure, physicality, IQ, athletic ability, and availability. Most importantly, I take pride in like training, making sure I stay healthy. I've been having bad luck with that over the past couple of years, and I kind of got like a reestablished passion for like focusing more on my body and stay on the field more, because I do play like more than one position like every game. So I take pride in like blocking, running, whatever the plays set up for me to do, I'm gonna go do it. So I could pretty much bring in like every aspect that a running back can do and need to do in order for us to win football games and have more success on the field playing the running back position.
Okay, I dig that. Like passion. I think everybody wants to have players and hear players out there playing with passion. Of course, you stated yourself you have that.
Hmm.
Injuries happen. It is what it is. But how you come back, and it sounds like you're ready to work. You're not letting anything that's happened in the past affect how you're gonna play moving forward. So in this Predators system, I'm not actually giving any details. We don't want anybody that might be trying to sneak watch and learn too
Hmm.
much about the team from another organization here. But in the Predator system, do you feel like you would be able to be a major piece to help out while they're at linebacker, at running back,
Of
and
course,
of
of,
course anywhere else that they may need you
of
to be?
course, because I have not only like I'm not like when my number is called, like I'm always be ready. So I'm not going to like if it's a situation for me to play emergency linebacker DN, I already have the knowledge and the IQ to like play the position. Like I know how to like read linemen, read coverages, read like trips and everything what the offense is doing. So I'm not really so more worried about. you know, what I can bring to the Predators, or like what I can bring to just this league in general. Like I know I
Mhm.
can do, and I'm just ready to play football at this point. All that other stuff is really out the window, so I'm just ready to play.
Hey, I like the sound of that, and I'm sure the other gentlemen on here, as well as your team, the rest of your teammates, would love that. So you're a guy that you've been playing for a bit. So leadership wise, do you feel like there's a good group of guys, leaders, and everything within the Predators as far as the players go? Or are you somebody that feels like not that there aren't leaders, but that you can also step in and kind of talk to people, have conversations,
Yeah,
and
of
kind of give a
course.
different perspective?
I have no problem like spreading the wealth or spreading the
Yeah.
like wisdom of like just this game in general, and like potentially get to the next level. And like I'm always like I'm a team player regardless of the fact. So whatever the team needs me to do, like I'm gonna always do it. So if that's like just being like a shoulder for somebody and like giving knowledge, and I do that. Being that presence in the locker room is really important at all times to be a successful team anyway. So it's never been an issue for me to in a locker room to even lead by example, because I'm not the biggest talker. So like I just lead by my actions. Some might say I'm a silent assassin, or like he just don't talk at all. So that's pretty much what it is.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So I know you're here. You're definitely part of the running back group, obviously versatility, but within that running back room, do you feel like you're running with some dogs in there? Y'all
Yeah,
gonna be making some noise in this league this year?
yeah. I can't
Okay.
wait. I already had talks with Marquise and everything, so I already had a relationship with him from when I first came to North Carolina. We was doing stuff together, so we was always in football. Like we was always in contact. So this pretty much like it's pretty much like something we probably been idolizing. We was gonna like. I mean, it's here now, so it's ready to run the league.
Okay. Okay. And I love to ask everybody. I'm gonna actually ask everybody this question. I'm gonna slide in different places, but I'm gonna ask everybody this question: are the Predators gonna be repeat champions? Predators winning the championship this year. Are we doing it?
Most definitely. I'm not gonna say no.
I
I'm a
love it.
champion wherever I go. So that's just what it's gonna be. And if they don't like me saying that, they just gotta deal with it.
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna win, you gotta at least believe it yourself, right? I mean, nobody falls in
Exactly.
the championships and victories. You gotta believe it yourself.
The only person that's gonna stop you from doing what you're gonna do or say what your team's gonna do is you and your teammates. So it's all about how you come overcome adversity and how you gonna overcome the thing that's gonna be thrown at you throughout the season. And I believe we can do that once again.
I dig it. I feel it. I love it, man. So you said something earlier. You said the best ability is availability.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that I say that all the time about any sport. So I love that you said that. And I love the fact that you said that in respect to the fact that, hey, I've missed some time, I've been injured. Like I said before, injuries are injuries. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're not injured, having that mindset and still you having that mindset, like I'm here to play, I'm here to add to the team, I'm gonna do what the team needs. I think those are all great things. And I believe there's other professionals on this team that feel the same way. And when you got a
Yeah.
team like that, I do feel like you have a great chance to win, right? You have a great
Always.
chance to dominate. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has
Yeah.
bad times, but overall, you want to be the best version. So, looking at, we'll address this question as you being a running back. So, looking at
Mm-hmm.
the defense, like from the perspective of being a running back, do you feel like this is a defense that's going to give a lot of other teams problems, and is going to be able to affect how well they are able to run the ball because of how physical they play?
Mm, depend on like the floor of the game,
Okay.
how the game is going. Cause like the game plan could be not even to run the ball like the whole game. We could probably have like when you see different coverages, then maybe some screens will happen. Like you still got to do your job at the end of the day. So it could be go to block. They can't stop the pass game. So when a running back leaks out, blocks for the receiver, tight end, whoever the case may be, like that's very important as well. So like whatever the game plan is for that week, it's not it's that's just gonna have we're gonna have to ride with, because we're not gonna always make every play. It's not designed. This game not even designed for us to win every play. It's designed to be high scoring, but in my belief, it's not designed for like the running back to just go out for a route every play. or like just run the ball every time because like that's what's suspected because it's only 50 yards. So when in regards to that, like it's all about the Florida game, pretty much.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now you're going to be running behind the line, of course.
Mhm.
Do you feel like the line is going to be ready? Like they're going to be opening the holes for you? You're going to be looking like
Oh
one
yeah,
of these.
I'm gonna make sure we stay on the same page at all times. So because
Okay.
one misassignment could cause like real damage. It could cause like the situation of the game from it being like 1st and 10 to now like 2nd and forever, just cause like from misassignment. So staying on the same page with the online because they are like the most important piece on the field. Everything starts up front anyway, so
Right.
you gotta make sure that your own line that is on the same page as you and that you can communicate with your own line, knowing like what you like to do and like building that chemistry with them so like everything could just be second nature. So
It sounds like you being in the running back room is going to be a good thing for those other guys there. It sounds like you have a lot of versatility, so that's going to be something that's going to be good for not just the running back position, but defensive positions. They need somebody to step in certain situations. So, hey, man, I'm sure that the Predators are glad to have you there. I'm excited to see what you and the rest of the team does this season.
yes, sir.
So, Charles, any last words you want to tell people where they can find you before we go ahead and move on to our next interview?
You can find me on Instagram. You can type in my name, Charles Brooks III. Spelled how it is, CHRLESBROKS, and three capital I's, whatever you want to put. And I'm just excited to play for the Predators this season, showcase my abilities, and win some games and win a championship, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you introducing yourself to everybody. Y'all look out for Mr. Brooks. Y'all gonna be seeing him. You might see him a little bit of everywhere this year. We'll see how it goes.
Nice to meet everybody. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man. All right. So we're gonna move from one running back to another one here, and we're gonna have Mr. D. Eric O'Neill in the building. So, D. Eric, same thing as the first thing I asked your fellow running back Charles. Please let the people um, know a little bit about you. Obviously, you're letting us know already you're a running back, but a little bit of information about you. Introduce yourself. Nobody can do it better than you.
That's right. That's right. My name's De'Eric O'Neill. I've been playing football for 25 years at this point. This
Wow.
will be my year playing arena ball. I originally started out playing arena ball up in Vermont for the Vermont Ravens, and then we went to arena for Vermont Bucks. I moved back to North Carolina, started playing arena ball down here, started with the United Firepower. Last season, I was running back for the Carolina Predators. They reached out to me again and said they want me to stay on their roster. So obviously, I made a good impression last season. I'm doing this thing. I've been coaching football for the last 17 years. Nope, I'm sorry, since 2004. So the last 21 years. I started at 14 years old. Football's my life and my passion.
It definitely sounds like it is. It definitely sounds like it is. So I know you mentioned that you were part of the Predators last year. So you're a guy that was here during that championship season last year. So as someone that was able to experience that, with the organization, when you're looking, and obviously you're not comparing apples to apples, orange to orange, but when you're looking at the roster, you're looking at the preparation this year. Do you feel like this is something that could lead to something similar this year?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm not saying that our preparation last year wasn't where it should be. We had great preparation last year. The coaches definitely put us in position to be successful on and off the field.
Okay.
This year, I feel like our preparation is actually even more extensive. You know, from checking everyone's backgrounds to making sure that everyone's in place and is actually putting forth the effort, not only during practice but outside of practice. I know I've already been asked to send in footage, and I played for them last year to send in footage of me working out outside of practice. So I feel like preparation this year and the moves that the Predators are making is definitely in the right direction to also be a repeat championship team this year.
All right, it sounds good, man. So it sounds like, and again, not that the Predators were not crossing all the T's and dotting the I's last year, but they're doing even more. And I think that's indicative of like growth and development and just, the team learning. These are some other things that maybe we did not do before that can make us even better. So glad to hear that the organization is doing those things, and that the guys who I'm going to be talking to, including yourself, are participating in that, understanding the seriousness of what's being attempted to be done. Because obviously expectation here or anywhere else would be, even when you're not in front of us, if this is something that you want to do, if this is your life, you put the time into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So,
I couldn't ask for a better organization to be playing for at this moment. It's here in the next level as well. A lot of guys don't take this serious, and that's whenever you end up with that semi-pro mentality. And in order to be a part of an organization like this, or even at a higher level, you have to take this serious and understand that just because you're throwing that uniform and during practice doesn't make you a football player. You need the IQ, you need the poise, you need the maturity in order to understand what you're a part of, and that the name on the front is always more important than the name on the back.
I love to hear that, man. So you've been part of the locker room, and of course the running back room prior to this. Does this offense to you feel like an offense that's focused? Like they're ready, they're hungry, they're going up against the defense every week, every time in practice, preseason, everything. So do you feel like this defense, well, we'll start with the offense. Do you feel like this offense as a group, and especially your unit, the running backs, are ready to go and are going to be a difference maker this season?
I definitely feel like that is the case. Like Mr. Brooks just said, as well as us having Markevian in the backfield as well, it's going to be very detrimental to their defense, no matter who we go up against, because you not only have me that is a power and speed back, you've got Brooks, who's also the same thing, and you got Markevian, who also. So it don't matter who you have in there, they're definitely going to take a beating, regardless of what they think is going on. We can run it right at you. We can run it around you, as well as go to the sky on you. So I honestly feel like as a running back core, there's no one in this league that will even be able to come close to what we are able to do.
I dig it, man. I like that. So getting over to the defensive side of the ball, again, different perspective, because you were here. You saw the defense last year that led to a championship for the organization. This defense that you've seen so far, working out, off season, different things of that nature. Do you feel like this unit is a unit that's going to be prepared to be a difference maker when needed for the Predators this season?
Yes, sir, I do. Not sure if the audience have been keeping up with the coaches that we have coming in, but we have a lot of experience over there on the defensive side of the ball. And trust me, with 4 or 5 different coaches analyzing every aspect of the game defensively, I don't foresee anything going wrong for us on that side of the ball, because we definitely have the ballers, and they are going and picking up the right guys to really fit into the system and that buys into the process.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, dear, again, you've been here, so you kind of know how it is from year to year, or at least from last year to this year. So you mentioned a lot of different coaches is coming in on the defense side of the ball, and obviously you're having different coaches on the offensive side of the ball as well. The staff, the preparation of the staff, the way that they're pushing you guys, the way that they're coaching you, are they utilizing you to the best, and are they recognizing the differences between coaching you, maybe coaching Charles, and then other guys on the team? Are they able to kind of, when I'm talking to Derek, I need to talk to him this way, right? Or I can say these things to him. When I'm talking to Charles, maybe certain things I don't say to him, but certain things I can say to him that maybe I don't say to Derek, and so on and so forth. Do you see that like ability of the coaching staff to say, you know what, we're coaching everybody, we're giving everybody everything we can, but we're making it unique for each individual player and understanding how to get the best out of each player?
Yes, sir. From day one, from last year to this year as well, even with the new guys coming in, I see that they are taking the time to actually build that rapport with these guys, because at the end of the day, not everybody can be coached the same as you were stating. They're not going to coddle anybody. They're definitely going to get on your case whenever you're doing wrong, but they're going to be the first ones to high five you and celebrate with you in the end zone whenever you do something right. But yes, I have noticed that they're able to do that and switch up their coaching style, so that way they're putting out the best product, not only as a coach, but also as a player.
Oh, man, I'd love to hear it, man. It sounds like that this is a team. And again, I've had conversations with Ralph and everything as well. So I kind of know these things, but I like to let you guys, let the people know these things, right? Because you hear from me, you hear from the organization, like, all right, whatever. But when you hear it from the players, you're like, all right, maybe it's legit then. So glad to hear that that's trickling down to the players, and that's the way that you guys feel about what's happening within the team.
Yes, sir.
So the last thing I have for you, dear, unless you have anything else, is any of the words, and then of course, just let the people know where they can follow you and where they can find you at.
All right. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, all of that. De'Eric O'Neal. It'll have not only my highlights, it'll have a little bit about me, as well as when I played with USA. Like anything that you need to know is definitely the place to go.
All right, man. That sounds great. Glad again to have you on. And look forward to seeing what you do as well as the rest of that running back room, the offense, and the whole entire team for the season. So appreciate you again for hopping on with us, man.
Thank you for having me, sir.
No problem. No problem. All right, so guys, we're going to bring on next Jonathan Griffin. Jonathan's been patiently waiting, and we're going to go ahead and get him in the building and have some conversation here. Jonathan, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready to get to business.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, hey, let the people know, man. Tell them a little bit about you, what you play, what you do at the organization, all those good things. The reason I asked you is there's no one that can tell you more about you than you.
Right. My name is Jonathan Griffith. I'm 22 years old. I played Division III football at Brevard College. I played semi-pro football, transitioning to arena, trying to see what this is like. I'm ball is life, man. Ball is life. I'm trying to play ball and have a good time, and we'll see where that brings me.
All right. And what position do you play?
I play linebacker. I can also play defensive end as like a finesse, like outside linebacker type deal, but at the end.
Okay, fair enough. So like a
hybrid, kind of like a TJ Watt type deal.
Sort of like a good 3-4 outside linebacker.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Jonathan, first year with the organization, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
All right. So far, how have you felt about the organization, everything you're learning, everything they're teaching you, and everybody that you've had a chance to interact with?
Right. I love it. I mean, I'm just soaking it like a sponge and trying to gain as much knowledge as I can. Just listen to all the veterans, always listen to what the coaches are having to say, and just try to absorb as much information and try to do my best. Absolutely. I got to do my best every single day and put in the work, and you can't be mad at the outcome if you give it your best effort. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. So has there been anyone, you don't have to name a specific person, but has there been someone that's been like, you know what, I see Jonathan putting in the work. Maybe Jonathan ain't doing it, just not doing this correctly, not doing that, but I'm gonna kind of pull him to the side, talk to him a little bit, talk him up a little bit, explain the differences in technique and how he can make that a little bit better. Have you been getting a little bit of mentorship since you've been there?
I mean, Coach Barry, he's great. He does a great job of keeping me involved and keeping me in the loop. He's a great coach, and I love the intensity that he brings. I feel like I can relate to that. We ball hard. He coaches hard. I understand. We're all trying to win. So,
hey, I dig it. There's nothing like winning. Nothing like winning at all.
That's right.
So, of course, coming to the organization that has had some history and some success in the past, what do you feel like you'll be able to bring from what you've seen from the other talent that's there? What do you feel like Jonathan will be able to bring?
Intensity, motor, drive, just never quit, sideline to sideline.
I hear it, man. I like it. So I know you said earlier TJ Watt. So if you could compare yourself besides TJ Watt to another linebacker, or maybe 2 or 3, that you would say you model parts of your game after, who would those guys be?
Right. I wouldn't ever compare myself to LT, but I always try to bring the intensity like LT. I try to use the technique like TJ, because he's when he came into the league, he was a little undersized, and he learned how to make his build work. And as he kept working, he made it work, and now he's one of the best players in the league. I feel like I got some finesse like Von Miller, but obviously at a smaller scale, because this is arena. But I'm not ever gonna doubt myself. not ever going to doubt myself. So,
all right, fair enough. So you look across the line, you play against the offense.
right.
So we just talked to two of the running backs, right?
Right.
So when you're looking at this offense, when you're lined up against them, when you're tackling, you're playing against them, does this feel like an offense that you're like, man, these guys are
There's some big boys.
there's going to be some problems for other people. I'm glad I don't have to
Yeah.
be on the other side of them in the actual game.
I love it. I'm glad they're my teammates.
I feel that, man. I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
So your defense, man, I've asked the other two guys and they've said, hey, defense is good. But playing and being a part of that defense, what do you feel like sets this defense apart and makes you feel like, yeah, I'm part of a unit that I feel like can do something special and be that, if time comes and we're needed, we can make those plays. We can make those holes. We can get those stops.
Well, realistically, it's one play at a time. You're not going to win every single battle. But, if you rally as a team and you stay on your P's and Q's and your X's and O's, like things can happen. You got to make an opportunity for yourself. You know what I mean?
I absolutely do, man. I absolutely know what you mean. So coaching staff wise, do you get a lot of feedback? Because I know there's some teams where maybe you're playing linebacker, but the DB coach sees something. He says, hey, Jonathan, come here for a second, man.
Right.
When you're doing this, do that. Are you getting kind of that anybody will just hop up and give you some advice, try to help you develop, be the best player that you can be? Is that kind of like what you feel like is the...
I'm always open to advice. One technique might be better than the other. It's kind of like going to math class. You got one formula, you got another one. One might be more efficient than the other. So, you want to stay on top of that kind of stuff. And what works better for you, you take that advice.
I dig it, man. I dig it. So my last question. And then, of course, after that,
I play to win.
You actually
play to win.
You actually answered the question, sir. I didn't even ask the question, but you answered the question. My
That's
question
right.
was going to be, what is your mentality about playing? And you answered it.
I don't play
like
second place.
Fair enough, man. I love it.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
So, hey, man, I'm going to be excited. I'm actually going to be checking you guys out. I'll be in the building with you guys for games. So I will be seeing, and enjoying what the team's going to be doing this year. But just tell everybody else where they can find you, and if you have anything else that you would like to throw out there.
Well, my socials, Instagram, Jonathan G 2003, JONATHANG 2003. You can find me on Facebook, Jonathan Griffith. YouTube, Jonathan Griffith. We're doing well over there. TikTok, Jonathan Griffith, Jonathan G 2003. I'm just excited to be here and play with my men. Let's go.
Love to hear it, man. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Look forward to seeing how you and the rest of the team plays this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we got one more man that we're going to be bringing into the building. Mr. Keith Barnes himself, the Dreadhead.
Sir.
What's going on, Keith?
What's going on, big guy? How you doing?
Hey, I can't complain, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate the opportunity.
No doubt, man. No doubt. I see you rocking the Washington gear.
Yeah, you know it, man. I'm a DC native, man. DC, born and raised. Moved to Bristol, Virginia. Been in the Bristol, Virginia area for about 15 years. Been playing arena ball for about 4. Started off with the State Line Outlaws, then moved on to the Carolina Predators last year. Returning champ as well.
Okay.
So just looking forward to the opportunity of repeating.
I dig it. So my first question for you, of course, what position do you play for those who may not be familiar with you? They will get familiar with you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely. I am a linebacker and a defensive end.
Thank you for letting everybody know that. So, Keith, you were here last year. You experienced the success last year. if you wouldn't mind just taking a minute to tell us and explain to us how that success was last year and how you as a player and as a part of that team, how you felt and anything that you took from that season.
Honestly, the work and dedication that was put in, the efficiency that was taught to us from the coaches, the standpoint of discipline. Honestly, the work we put in last year was what it was supposed to be. It was a fight, something that we look forward to each and every week. So, just making sure that we did the right things to come out victorious.
Simple to the point. Love it. So going to from that to moving into this season, I've asked everyone that was on the team last year, asked you the same thing. How do you feel about this group? Not necessarily apples to apples, because of course you can't do that. People move on, other people brought in. But how do you feel about first we'll say the linebacker group? How do you feel about the linebacker group itself, and how that group is going to be able to have success, or maybe a little bit more work's needed as a whole? Or are y'all ready to, wreak some havoc, make some things happen on the linebacker side, and as well on the defensive line?
Of course. Linebackers, man, we got some dogs. We got some dogs returning from last year. We got some new guys coming in that is definitely hungry and willing to learn the process of what it takes to be a champion. Definitely looking forward to wreaking havoc in this league this year. Um, I want to bring home another championship for the Predators and make sure that we are to the standard of what the league needs to be.
Okay. So I'll ask you another question here. I like to try to differentiate as much as I can, because nobody wants to hear everybody answer the same questions.
Yeah.
So you've been here, you know about the other teams. Do you feel like there's anybody, and if you don't want to say a specific name, that's cool too, but do you feel like there's anybody that you're looking at and you're saying this team, or maybe these two teams, are teams that, we're going to have to be on our A game, on point when we play them, to make sure that we have success?
Honestly, I don't think no team can touch us. Uh, the amount of work we're putting in right now is going to pay off. And honestly, the running backs we got back there uh, on the offensive side of the ball, I don't think nobody can stop either one of those three. Our O line, you are not touching our O line. Like I'm sorry, but you're not. I don't think no team is gonna touch our O line.
Okay.
And on the defensive side of the ball, man, we just got some dogs. We got some dogs that's ready to go play, ready to go get it, make sure that we are doing the things necessary to make sure that our offense stay on the side of the ball, stay with the ball instead of our defense being tired out.
Right. So big thing, you're in there every practice, right? You're practicing against the running backs. You're practicing against this line that you're talking about.
Mhm.
So do you feel like this line in this run game, they're gonna be able to really kind of make their presence felt, so to speak, in every game that you play this year? Do you feel like that line and that running back room and that line is ready?
Man, listen, from the first snap of the ball, I think our offense is definitely going to do everything to implement their force.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Punch in the mouth every play. But it's not just our running game that folks got to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of you got to be worried about the whole team. Offense, defense, special teams. All three is coming with intensity, and all three are definitely looking to put pain in. That's all it's about. Put this pain in, man.
I love it, man. Um, if you love football, if you watch football, right,
Yes, sir.
especially spring football, it's a lot of passion. It's a lot of guys that really love this game. They're out there to play to love this game, right?
Hmm.
Because you're not in the NFL lights, right? You're not in those things, but you're playing for love of the game and to try to improve yourself, and either to try to make it or just because you love it so much. You're like, I'm fine with where I'm at because I'm still getting the opportunity to play. So
Hmm.
when you're playing in spring ball, what do you feel like would be the main thing for a player?
reaching the next level. It's always a goal to be better each and every week, but at the same time, everybody's chasing the ultimate goal, and that's the next level. And as a player, man, you just want to go out there and give it at your all. Leave it all on the field. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess the coaching. Um, Trust in the process. Trust in everything that you do.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, Keith, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Hang you here with us. Got a few more things I'm gonna ask you talk to you about after the commercial break.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we're back from the commercial break. So, Keith, if you were talking to people and you were telling them, hey, yeah, I play for the Carolina Predators, AAF, to everything, and you're explaining everything to them, and they're asking you like, well, why would we come to watch y'all play? What would you tell them?
High intensity football, passionate football, very fast paced, very entertaining, high scoring game. This arena league is meant to be high scoring, fun, entertaining, and honestly, we're coming out there to put on the best show that we possibly can each and every week.
Okay. So I know that you're a leader on the team. So in having that role, and it's not something that you go out and say, hey, I'm the leader, right? It just depends on how you feel, how other people feel about you. In the moments where things may not be going the way that you want them to go, because everybody can lead, right? It's no problem hyping everybody and get everybody good when everything's going right.
Yeah.
But in those moments where things may be being a little tougher than needed to be, what's the message to the guys, to get them up or get them back into the game and say, hey, maybe we don't have it today, but it's still, we got to go out there and we got to give it all. What's the message to the guys?
Just stay locked in. Everything's always not going to go our way. Everything is not going to always be as perfectly as we planned it. Just stay locked in. The mentality of how you start need to be that mentality of how you finish. Stay locked in until that scoreboard hit 000.
I like that too, man. I definitely like that. Now, as far as your DBs, your safeties, cornerbacks go.
Oh, man.
How they looking, man? How they looking? We ain't had them on yet. How they looking?
Listen, you talk about a no-fly zone right there, man. You talk about a scary backfield, man. And I'm excited about the guys that I got lined up behind me, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm hearing a lot about depth with the team. I'm hearing a lot about depth, a lot about challenging each other. Friendly competition, but challenging each other and just iron sharpening iron. Is that what we got going on?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. And that you got iron sharpen iron each week. So you have no choice but to get better. And if you're really dedicated to perfecting your craft, you want that. You want that competition each and every week. You want those guys pushing not only you, but everybody else on the team, even to the coaching staff. You want guys on your team that want to be better, that want to get better, that want to reach the ultimate goal of being a champion.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So another thing to ask you about, and this is kind of like a this year, last year. Obviously, you haven't been through the season, so just you can really only compare last off season to this off season.
Mhm.
Just intensity, the intentionality of the play calling, situational football, stuff like that. Do you feel like it's similar? Maybe it's a little bit more dialed in this year because you have more veteran guys maybe coming in, or guys that kind of focus on that more. How do you feel about what you've seen so far?
I definitely feel like as far as in the camp we have gotten, I definitely feel like we got guys that are pushing each other, especially coaches. They're definitely pushing us each and every week to be better, than we were last year, to be more attention to detail, more focused on using the small things and doing the small things that actually helps us get to the next level of the game, but not only the game, as the profession as well. So it's definitely more attention to detail, more attentive to how we approach everything every day.
Cool. And I want to shout out the Predators as an organization, because one of the things I do know is the focus of this organization, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is they want to win, right? You want to win, you want to go back to back, win the championship again.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, when guys have the opportunity to be elevated, they're not going to hold you back. They're going to help you get into those situations as well. And that's where an important word comes in that you talked about and everybody's been on here tonight and the other weeks talked about. And that's depth.
Mm-hmm.
Having that depth. So if a guy does get that call up or is wanted to go somewhere else, celebrating the being happy for him, but still being able to fill that position and still be able to play at the high level. And that's one of the things that I think is I know is very important in
most definitely.
Spring football, and it seems like they're doing it to the T.
Yes, sir. I mean, we all prepare the same way. We're all pushing to be, what I'm saying? We're all pushing to be champions. And there's no other way better than having a coaching staff that wants to see everyone elevate and everyone be the best player that they can be. So having a coaching staff that we do have, even last year to this year, we're getting even stronger, even better this year.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So any other comments or anything you have for the people here? And also let everybody know where they can find you, man. I don't know if you've been watching the comments or not, but you've been getting some love in the comments for sure.
I mean, it's definitely got family members watching, man. Honestly, that's my biggest motivation right there, man. My family has been behind me every step of the way. Some things has transpired over the last couple years, but no matter what I've done, my family has always been behind me to push me to keep being the amazing person that I am and keep being the amazing football player that I am. So I'm very thankful for my family and very thankful for everybody that has helped me get here, because it's not been an easy road, and I'm very appreciative of everything that I've been given.
I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. Where can everybody find you?
Socials, Instagram, Dreadhead DC, Facebook, Dreadhead Keys, TikTok. I ain't really got on the TikTok like that, but obviously I might need to, because everybody got a TikTok right now. So
you gotta put some in plays on there, man.
Yeah, definitely got to add that.
Definitely, man. But hey, I definitely appreciate you taking the time. to come on, talk to us, everybody, get to know you a little bit. Also appreciate all the other gentlemen who did hop on here as well. It's great to be able to introduce you guys to, everyone. And it's good for them to know the people. So when they see you in the past and they see y'all making plays, they see y'all celebrating. Hopefully they see y'all hoisting the trophy with some more hardware at the end.
Yeah, you already know it. You already know it.
They know you. They're like, oh yeah, that's such and such, and that's such and such. I remember when he was on the show and the things he said and what's happening and all that. So it's great to be able to kind of help bring that to people, man. So I'm excited. I love it. Again, I will be at the home games, checking you guys out at least for sure. So
Yes, sir.
Excited to be a part of everything that's happening with the Carolina Predators, man. It's a good organization, y'all. It's a good team to watch.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Spring football, y'all ain't got no excuses.
Nope,
you might as well
none.
tune in and see some good
Might as well
football.
tune in.
You know what I'm saying?
Tune
Might
in.
as well.
Thank you for having me, big guy. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the moment, man.
No problem, man. No problem, man. And definitely we will be checking you out as well as the rest of the team, man. Excited for some success this year. I believe it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Thank you, big guy.
Mm-hmm.